What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video. And today we are going to explain the whole entire story of Bray Wyatt and the Fiend. So this all started when Bray was a little child. This was explained in the Bray Wyatt Tells Us Creepy Story video, and it was 4 years ago when it was posted. He was talking about when he was a little child. He ran into the woods, and he and his brothers found this, heard these noises, and his brothers ran away, but he decided to venture more into it, and he found the man in the woods. He described it as pale skin, yellow hair. That's an easy descriptive of the Fiend. Now, most people would think maybe that man in the woods would just kill the young Bray, but it didn't happen. What I'm guessing is that Bray Wyatt, or the Fiend knew, or the man in the woods knew, whatever you want to call it, knew that Bray Wyatt had a whole life ahead of him, and he wanted to wait till Bray Wyatt has reached his strongest point to take over his life. And that exactly happened because during the time when Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy were tag team partners still, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt ventured out into the woods once again, and Bray Wyatt was once lost after Matt Hardy ditched him, probably because of being non-successful recently in the WWE. So Bray Wyatt was once again lost, and guess what? He once again found the man in the woods, and this time the Fiend, man in the woods, knew that Bray Wyatt has been very strong over the past years, and he wanted to take over that. So guess what? The Fiend killed old Bray. Now, after that, the Fiend sent Bray Wyatt and all of his memories into the Firefly Funhouse, which, now, with that happening, Bray Wyatt knew that he's dead now and that he has nothing to do, but what he can do is try to rewrite the past and go back to being an innocent child once again. And that's what he wants to do. That's what he's been trying to fix everything from the past. And he once posted on Twitter something, and then someone replied, and then he replied saying, what about Windham? And the guy replied saying, who's Windham? Then Bray said, the key. And Windham is Bray Wyatt's real name. So what I'm guessing is Bray Wyatt wants to rewrite the past and go back to an innocent child once again and go back to his old self, change everything that's happened. And he's been trying to do that in the Funhouse by making everything happy, and he's been forgiving people from who have wronged him in the past, like The Rock and people like that. And he also, during the 7th episode of the Firefly Funhouse, he told Vince not to fire Huskus is Husky Harris, and Vince was about to fire him because he was fat, but Bray wanted to stop that so he could still make the past better. Okay, next after that, so yeah, all the memories in Bray Wyatt were sent to the Firefly Funhouse, as well as Abby the Witch, because Sister Abigail is Abby the Witch, obviously. Sister Abigail was, since her house was burned down by Randy Orton in the Wyatt compound, she had to stay in Bray's mind forever, basically. And now that Bray's dead, she was also sent to the Firefly Funhouse because she was still part of Bray's mind. And showing that she's the only one who called Bray a sicko, I think she's the only one who has sense in the house because she's a real entity. And also, Bray Wyatt told Sister Abigail that he's really sorry for what he did. He's really sorry for meeting the Fiend once again and ruining everything in the past. And even Sister Abigail told him not to, but he eventually did. And all this happened. And the Fiend once knew by Bray of what the WWE is, and he decided he wanted to venture out and kill more. So that's why he keeps saying, let me in, since the Fiend is in control of all the characters in the Firefly Funhouse. And he's basically in control of everything. That's why he always makes Bray say, let me in at the end of every episode. And it shows that the Fiend is in control, because Bray tries to be sometimes himself, but sometimes the Fiend just takes over and Bray can do nothing about it. And yeah, so Bray tries to make the most out of being dead. He's trying to rewrite the past, be Windham once again, that little innocent child that never ran into the Fiend. He wants to fix the past, make everything good again, so he won't have to hurt anyone. Except the Fiend did not let that happen. Once he ventured into the WWE, he wanted to ruin Bray Wyatt's reputation and get back on the people who have wronged him in the past. Finn Balor, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, and now Jerry Lawler, that happened on Raw. And all four of those people have wronged Bray in the past. Bray's tried to forgive them, but the Fiend is not letting that happen. Because Kurt and Mick were Raw general managers in the time of Bray. Jerry Lawler was a commentator, and a lot of times he said some bad stuff about Bray, and also Finn Balor had a rivalry with him. So, the Fiend is just trying to ruin everything, so it ruined Bray's reputation, and make him even stronger, actually, by giving him more attention. And now the Fiend has taken place of Bray, and knowing that Bray was already strong, the Fiend is even stronger now, using Bray's power. And he decided to use Bray's head as a lantern. And he wants to show everyone that Bray Wyatt is dead, and the Fiend is born. And also, Bray Wyatt is not the only one who has some sense of him in the Firefly Funhouse. I already said Abby was too. Rambling Rabbit has some sense of him too, since he still has some good in him. He's a nice part of Bray. He tries to tell everyone that the Firefly Funhouse is actually a prison, but the Fiend is in control of Bray and stops Rambling Rabbit from saying that. Sorry, yeah, but all the characters have been trying to fix everything, but the Fiend is just not letting that happen. So where did this go from here? Will Bray finally find his past once again and go back to being Windham and stop the Fiend once and for all? We'll have to see in the coming weeks and see if the Fiend will be overtopped by Bray or maybe in someone else, and the man in the woods will be gone, and everything will be good once again, and Bray can finally have a good reputation, have a good life, and never have anything that's happened to him in the past. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.